Yeah, Tony, we definitely did our show today, and we broke down a couple of bowl games. But I'll just add real quick before we get started on our college basketball, a little bit of breaking news in regards to that early start tomorrow that just came across really within the last 90 minutes or so that UAB's good running back, Dwayne McBride, is going to miss that game. We were touting UAB. I don't know if that's going to necessarily affect Mindy's and I pick. I mean, it's already in, as a matter of fact. It's a consensus play for us, but McBride will miss that game tomorrow. So he's definitely a very, very good running back and going up against a weak Miami of Ohio rushing defense. But that just came in within the last 90 minutes. No McBride tomorrow for UAB. And you can see right there, Tony, the line has moved off of that 11 down to 10 and a half, and maybe even a couple of tens out there.
All right, there you go. Breaking news there on that bowl game tomorrow. Early start time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. I think it's up in the Bahamas bowl for there in that one. All right, we go
That's
to.
where you want to put your bowl games.
That's where you want to go. They call it that. That's where they want to go. And a matter of fact, there's a certain ESPN announcer that always has that assignment by request. Steve Levy. They call it the Stevie Lee Bowl now. he always loves that. He requests the game because he likes the area. But anyway, tonight it's Pac-12 Network. Oregon State here and Seattle. You know, Oregon State, the overnight line had them favorite. We have a new favorite now. That's Seattle on the road, laying a point half, total of 136.
Yeah, and I'll be talking about, well, the total for sure. No surprise there. But yeah, there has been some widely reported steam that came in on the Red Hawks. So maybe because of their great record and good start so far, Oregon State played some tough teams. They got off to a good start as well, but right now Seattle has the much better record. Oregon State's 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games, while the Red Hawks come in with an 8-1 record. This will be the first time that the Red Hawks are playing back-to-back road games this season, Tony. So we'll see, because these two teams are definitely a contrast of styles. You have the Red Hawks. They never met a shot that they didn't like or didn't want to take. They love to shoot it from three-point range, while Oregon State, they're definitely going to slow you down. They're going to look, they're 338th in adjusted tempo. So they're the team that's going to want to try to slow you down. But Seattle, very quick working team, if you will. They're 21st in field goals attempted and 7th in the country in 3 points attempted. So what kind of tempo is going to work out? Well, here's the thing about that with Seattle. They protect the ball very well statistically, but more so they just get it down the court and put it up. They have Cameron Tyson. He's a 41% three-point shooter. They have Grigsby. He's a 40% three-point shooter. Oregon State's ranks as one of the top 20 teams in terms of height in the country, but for some reason, it doesn't necessarily reflect in the rebound statistics. Oregon State's 195th in defensive rebounding percentage and 300th in offensive rebounding percentage. Meanwhile, Seattle, which will have the smaller team on the court, is actually 46th in the country in offensive rebounding and 62nd in defensive rebounding. That's probably because of the caliber opponent that they've been playing. Oregon State has lost to the likes of Duke, Florida, USC, Texas A&M. Everybody might remember that Duke game where they held Duke to 54 points, and they also lost to USC just 63-62. Oregon State allows just 67.8 points a game, but I think they're better defensively on the inside than they are on the outside. The metrics would show that they can defend from the perimeter, but Seattle, that's what they do. They just end up shooting three-pointers, and they're also 11.5% in second. They average 11.5 points per game in second chance points, and they also make 38% of their putbacks. They're also 24th in defensive rebounds or average 24 defensive rebounds per game. Now, maybe the numbers will come a little bit down today because of Oregon State's height, but I think that does show that they do hit the glass pretty well. And if Seattle is able to get those shots up, Oregon State's not going to have a choice but to at least play to a little bit more tempo. Now, if they hold Seattle down, this total on the over that I'm going to give you here is going to be tough to get. But Seattle isn't going to change their strategy at all here. They will be shooting it up from three-point range. So like I said, Tyson, Grigsby, these guys average 40% from three. Oregon State, they don't have a lot of guys that necessarily are putting up big points. I mean, Jordan Pope's their playmaker, their scorer. He averages in double figures, but they don't have a lot of impressive offensive numbers necessarily because of their tempo. But I look for it to go over this number, Tony, of 136 because I think Seattle will keep shooting those threes and they will have at least some success getting those rebounds, improving some of those statistics correctly in the second chance category and those offensive putbacks. Oregon State, like I said, they are tall, but they don't rebound it very well for some reason. Maybe because those other teams were better, who knows? But that's what we're going to find out tonight. And I'm willing to take a chance that Seattle's going to just keep on shooting no matter what, even if they fall behind. But again, Tony, you mentioned it. The line move, it is what it is. The line move has definitely been to Seattle. The steam has come here on Seattle, whether you agree or not. That's where the odds makers have shifted the focus from Oregon State over to the Red Hawks. So I already, kind of like the Red Hawks in the game, but I'm going to go over in this one, 137 there on the screen. But that's the way I see this one, Tony, going over.
All right, Ramon says go over here. Seattle and Oregon State over 137. Of course, this the Oregon State team, not a very inexperienced team. 336 in the nation in D1 experience. And the issue I had here with the Red Hawks is when you see them on the road in their true road games, giving up 47% shooting. So here is a true road spot here where maybe Oregon State can get some open shots.
Sure, well, that works for me, right? And again, they don't mind slowing it up, but again, maybe they can play a little bit more tempo than they're used to against the Red Hawks, rather than some of those pretty good programs that they've already faced, where maybe their best strategy moving forward in those games were to try to take the air out of the ball a little bit, stay within range of those teams. That Duke result was one of the big surprises of the season so far when they played that low-scoring game against the Blue Devils. So maybe they will exercise a little bit more offense here against Seattle. But Seattle's got a good team. I think Cameron Tyson, those numbers kind of speak for themselves. He's definitely one of the top three-point shooters and a good scorer for Seattle. So they've been putting up some points the last couple of years. Up there with Seattle as this program has kind of improved itself since coming in to Division One, done a pretty good job here in that conference. So I have it going over here in this one, Tony. Yeah, maybe Oregon State. You mentioned some of the experience. Yeah, they have one experienced player. They have he's an overseas player. It's been playing for, I think he might be a fifth-year player, and they had a transfer come in as well a couple of years ago. So, I think they're probably better than their record indicates because they did lose to some formidable competition. This one is definitely going to be a little bit of an easier matchup for them. But, again, the game rates very, very closely. Always a chance for overtime, too.
Yep, like they did against North Dakota, 80 points in 3 of their 4 true road games, and one fell short by a mile there against Washington. But anyway, we got Ramon here. Seattle, Oregon State over 137. This one to have a start time here of 10:30 Eastern time on Pac-12 Network. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's action. Big hockey card tonight. 10 games on the board. A few from the NBA. We got the NFL game up there as well tonight. 3,147 units of profit in the NHL. There's all documented over at Tony's Picks. What do you have going on over at the site?
My main focus tonight, Tony, is going to be on a 3-pack in college basketball. I'm coming off a 3-1 performance yesterday on the college card, and I got a 3-pack right now up for sale at Tony's Picks for $30. That card starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific. A 3-pack tonight of early action games over at Tony'sPicks.com. Mindy and I are very, very heavy on our card with the morning steam. Dare I say that might be all my hockey action because we've got so many games loaded over there. I think we played 8 games. Your instruction, Tony, was if we agreed on it, we got to put it up as a play. We agreed on 8 games of the 12-game card. So I'm locked and loaded, if you will, with the morning steam team in my hockey picks. I'm trying to find something maybe I can get on my premium card tonight. But Mindy and I seem to come to kind of a consensus. And as you know, we really also have the chat that kind of chimes in and, kind of gives us the encouragement that we're on the right plays. So that's what happened over there this morning. On that card. So NBA, we also came to an agreement on 2 plays over there. So for me right now, it's about this 3-pack in college basketball. Might come in with some late steam. I really would like to see what's happening with the line in the game between San Francisco and Seattle, because watching a lot of the handicappers and experts about this football game today, Tony, they talk about the injury to Brock Purdy. Now, I think Purdy is going to go, but the discussion has been if indeed Josh Johnson plays, that line could move. And I kind of questioned it. Look, I like Brock Purdy. I've said on our show from the get-go, even from after his first appearance in that relief role after Jimmy G went down, that I had already liked Purdy over about 10 different quarterbacks in the league. I think I've even gone higher than that now, and obviously everyone else has as well. I mean, the big question would be, once Garoppolo is able to return in the playoffs, if he can, it's a broken bone, so I mean, there's a better possibility than some type of surgery and rehab thing that he could possibly, that if they get that far and it's into the second round or something, if you've already gotten that far with Purdy, what's the chances of you actually going back to Jimmy G? So the question would be, if Johnson plays tonight over Purdy, why would the line move? Good, look, Purdy's looked great, but Johnson's got as much as experience as any backup in the league. He's played a lot of football games in the National Football League and done, well, a credible job, right? Nobody ever says, here comes Josh Johnson, the game's over. We just see Josh Johnson go out there as a pretty much kind of a game manager, but doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And that's exactly what the coaching staff, I mean, that's what the Niners are all about anyways, right? Coaching these guys up to not make mistakes. I think that's their MO a little bit on offense right now. So just would like to see the status of Purdy, however, and see if that line moves. So maybe it's going to be late steam for me in the NFL tonight on our game between San Francisco and Seattle. So I'd say that most of my action, Tony, is with Mindy over there on the morning steam team. So please pick up this 3-pack of college basketball games tonight for $30. I'm starting to feel pretty good in the colleges, having won 6 of my last 8 selections overall in college basketball, and I like this short card tonight. So that's where my focus is.
That's right, guy. Get on board here for Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. I always like to put up this graphic here, putting the full page there for Ramon, looking at his numbers here. You can see the great results he's put together here for the year 2022. Of course, the NHL has been fantastic. 3,147 units of profit, approaching 1,000 units of profit in the NBA as well, showing great profit. Had a good summer league, great college football season. We start bowl season tomorrow. During the regionals in baseball, great MMA, fantastic, showing great profit in NFL. So there you go, Ramon Scott hitting at all these sports that, right now over at Tony's Picks. We can see what Ramon has going on right now. He does have that 3-pack right now on the site here from a college hoops. So get on board with that. $30 profit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Also, Ramon has his long-term passes up here from a 3-day to a 7-day to a monthly all sports pass. Of course, that monthly all sports pass is a really good value right now, especially because Ramon's in action in many of the sports here. NHL for a month. Get all his college hoops for a month. NBA for a month. NFL, right? That will cover the final 4 regular season games here of the NFL. No more bye weeks. So we've got lots of action here, even Saturday NFL here for the next few weeks. So, of course, the Christmas Day games is all covered there. One 30-day pass there, all action from the NFL for the final 4 weeks of the regular season. Also included here would be all the bowl games. There are 41 bowl games, the one championship game, whatever Ramon has a premium on, that's also part of the 1-month all sports pass. We will talk about some of the peripheral sports. I know we got the World Cup final coming up. We got a 3rd place game. If he's in action there, that's also part of it. Ramon's in action MMA. Whenever there's a UFC card on Saturday, Ramon will have plays from it pretty much all the time. Once in a while, he'll sprinkle in some Bellator, but for the most part, UFC is consistent on every card. So there you go there with that 1 month all sports pass. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll be able to save 20% off of Ramon's purchase there. And when you use that promo code at TonyT at checkout, you can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. When you do that, you'll land right on Ramon's page, and you'll be able to get signed up to Ramon's packages there. First one right there is the 1 day pass with profit guarantee there on this 3-pack from College Hoops, and the ones in yellow are not profit guaranteed because they're already sold at a really substantial discount. So go ahead and get signed up. If you want to add Ramon and Mindy on a 3-pack, we have a 2-for-1 cap promotion. You'll see the 2-for-1 capper link to the left. You can do that and get signed up as well on the 2-for-1 capper promotion. A great value there over at TonySpix.com. You can select Ramon Scott with his 3-pack premium and add another capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. So really good value there over at TonySpix.com. So go ahead and get signed up. And of course, you can use the promo code to save yourself some money. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. And of course, that morning steam, you're off tomorrow, but you got a lot of content. You got a lot of picks in today.
Oh yeah, for sure. We looked at that big hockey card, 12 games. We also covered those 2 bowl games from Friday and the early game from Saturday between Louisiana and Cincinnati. We'll touch on the other games for the rest of the card on Saturday. And there's NFL action, don't forget, this week on Saturday, not just tonight. You got Saturday, you've got Sunday, and there is MMA action this week. Going to do my podcast with my MMA partner and go over that as well. That's the thing about being a handy look, Tony. I mean, I've never been in an octagon, but you got to listen to the experts too. You can watch the fights, you can criticize them, even these. What can you say? The UFC, they're getting a little bit of heat of late with some of the results, but sometimes it's a matter of knowing, right, what the organizations, and not that they're the ones that are dictating it. I mean, sometimes it's just, insufficient judging, nothing you can do, bad beats. It's kind of like fumbling at the goal line, Tony. Nothing you can do about it, but you got to listen to these experts too and get their opinions. It's not, you can formulate your own opinion. That's what I do, but it's great to listen to people and get their opinions. I don't necessarily always handicap the games as much as I handicap the handicappers. You should be listening to our experts that when they come, even the ones here at Tony's Picks. I watch Tony, I watch you every night, just part of my routine to listen to what you have to say about all the games. I follow Mindy, of course, on our show, all of our people that upload videos with Ben and Brandon, and I like to listen to people and what they say. You don't want to miss a thing. You want to make sure you're touching every base. If you're just locked in a room like I am with a bunch of TVs, you might miss something. So listen to what other people say and see if you agree or disagree. You don't have to necessarily, agree every time, but make sure you get the information. So tonight on Tony's Picks Ramon, I do have a selection for you. It's going to be in college basketball on the extra board between Southeast Louisiana and Nicholls State. It's going to be a total. Head on over to Tony's Picks Ramon if you'd like another free play from us over at Tony'sPicks.com. Mindy and I will be back on Saturday with another week. That's our Monday, if you will. So we'll be back with another week of Morning Steam previewing all the action. It's going to be a big card on Saturday. I hope I can, get off the air before that bowl game starts. I think we'll be able to do that. But you figure there's going to be a big NBA card, NHL card on Saturday, a few NFL games, college bowls, great action, and MMA. We don't necessarily cover too much of that on the show, but it's part of my package certainly coming up this weekend. So be a fun weekend, Tony. We get into these bowls. That's what I'm most excited about. Really, really like this bowl season. And I talked about it today, Tony, on our Morning Steam show. And, we talk about steam a lot because we kind of cover those early line moves. And I try to differentiate. Everybody thinks that every line move is steam, but that's not always necessarily the case. It can be determined by injuries, by just public betting as well. A steam play, I think some people know, but some people don't. A steam play, in comparison to what we offer at Tony's Picks, a little bit different category, if you will, but a steam play in terms of market betting is when the line moves at many books at the same time, meaning a kind of a coordinated bet, sometimes between experts or on the reaction of some important news. And that's kind of a steam play when it happens suddenly and simultaneously across the markets. You know, you've got a market screen there. They say the screen turns black. Or nowadays you could put it in red or orange, whatever colors you want to specify, but you can see the moves happen in advance. It's such a key thing for serious handicappers. And if you're not doing that work, that's why you should get involved with my subscriptions, because that's all I do is sit here and watch games on all these monitors, and I keep my odds screens up, and basically I just watch them all day because I love to do that. I'm kind of addicted to it, Tony. That's what I love to do. And what I do is I pass along the information as my packages, right? If I agree with that steam or disagree, I've been known to go against the sharps, but knowing when that line is moving and trying to time the market is so key. And that's why when you get with my plays here on Tony's Picks, not only are you getting well researched and well thought out information and selections, but you're also getting someone who has a lot of experience in reading and reacting to the market, Tony. And that's what sets me apart from many of the handicappers in this industry, quite frankly.
That's right. As Ramon was talking, I just saw some red flash with Wisconsin getting some play here against Lehigh, and I just saw Oregon State big under move there. Wow.
Oh no!
Big under move. 130 at this sharp book offshore. 135. Big move there, Ramon. Big. Actually, now some people are taking it back here. There's some overjuice there. There's been some take back, but monster move. Somebody just fired in some big bet on the under there. Because when you move it, then you move, and you see it too. Yeah, that was a monster play there. I also saw Stony Brook get a little play there, so it's looking at my live screen there. So
don't be fading me out there, Sharp.
Someone faded. Some Sharp just pounded. When you move that line from, it's actually 2 points below the market leader. So this thing is a monster move there, going up against Ramon here on that under. So somebody put a chunk. That's a 3-figure, that's a 6-figure bet there. Actually, it is easily to move it that much. Even though it's.
The widely reported steam did come in on the over early, and there has been a little bit of give and take there. You even saw it on your screen, Tony, at first when you popped it up there to 137. I hadn't even seen that before I came on, and then when you showed that, I did see that. So might have been some take back on that.
Yeah, man, a massive take back there. Massive. All right, Ramon. Check him out. Tony's Picks Ramon is the Twitter account where we post his picks. Everything's blue. We're going to get those counts to blue, so we get the videos up there, individual videos the guys post as well. It's going to get up there. We want to get Ramon's video and his members' update video up there too. So a lot of stuff, a lot of content we want to get up there on the Twitter account. So lots happening there in the Twitter world. So keep an eye there. Tony's Picks is our Twitter account. You can follow there. We put our videos up there as well. Our live shows are on Twitter as well. Whatever you prefer. If you're a YouTube person, a Twitter person, we got the videos covered for you there. All the video content as well uploaded. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. We'll catch the replay of the morning steam right now. A lot of content, 2-hour show. So be sure to check it out over on our YouTube channel or on our podcast. So have a great afternoon, Ramon. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. As long as I don't have to pay the $8 for that blue check mark, I'm okay with that. You'll cover it for me.
It's 11 now. I saw it went up. I don't know where it came from. It's 11.
Ever since you know who got involved, he probably raised the price on it.
Well, it's all right. There'll be less people on there. I don't mind it.
Maybe that's why Elon College choked today. They maybe should change their name.
Yeah, they might. And also too, there are some features that are hidden in that cost. So I think it's for what we're doing. I'm not minded at all. All right, Ramon.